What's up with it, Bulls fans? Um, I want to take time today to talk about the Nuggets game because I think I talked about it in another video, but I ain't really getting to it specifically, you know, just for that game. And the first thing I want to say is I think even though I was calling for Coach job, and I'm still, you know, like we need to holler at Mark Jackson. Just looking at the lines because we should have won the game, in my opinion. But all that being said, I think it was the best total team game we played all season. Um, maybe that's because Wendell dropped 25 and he was playing good. He's playing lights out. But even with him playing good like that, you can see looks like he's really just scratching the surface. But it was good to see him come out confident. Obviously, having had some coaching, some instruction from the coaches to hey, be aggressive, look for your shot, try to get, try to get some points tonight. And he went out, delivered 25. Zach LaVine played pretty good. He didn't play excellent, but he played pretty good. Blake showed up. Blake actually played pretty good in a game that mattered with the minutes he was given. Um, Again, I was surprised to see, Shaquille Harrison didn't get any any minutes. And I don't understand it, but I know we lost, and I did see the bucket that gave them 98. It came on a play where Cam Payne got, I guess, caught up in some little screen. It wasn't even a real like tough screen, but he wasn't able to get back to his man in time, and boom buckets, 98-98. We ended up going to overtime, and then the bucket that they won on was, I think Justin Holiday didn't block out Paul Millsap. I don't know how he could, but we have a problem with boxing out. Like our players don't box out. They never find the man that's what I'm saying that they need to be boxing out, and they always getting rebounded on. I don't know if we're the worst team in the NBA rebounding, but it looks like we should be. You know what I mean? Just looking at the games, just looking at the game cast, and you can see, you know, rebound, offensive rebound for the other team. And every blue moon, you might see us get an offensive rebound, but it's rare. And you combine that with jacking up a lot of shots, quick shots that aren't necessarily good shots, and it's a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean? Like people saw where I said we were up 6 points, with 3 minutes to go. Now I understand 3 minutes is an eternity. It's a lifetime. It's enough to come back from 16 down if you hit the right shots, and the other team's not hitting shots. But if you're coaching the team the right way, and I mean, we needed that win. It's not like we needed that win bad. You know what I mean? You playing a Nuggets team that was kind of, they came in lackadaisical, like we knew they would. Everybody knew they was gonna come in. It's been kind of a trip. They weren't gonna really have the juice. We had them where we wanted them, and with a 6 point lead, you got your guys out there, and you're not calling plays that are good enough to either get them to the hole, get them to the basket, or just get them an open shot. You know what I mean? The possessions down the stretch they looked garbage. They were horrible. It looked like they didn't have a coach. And I probably would have been better off if they were running, whatever was going on, like actually running it. But nevertheless, they still had campaign out there, and he was just struggling. You know what I mean, giving up buckets. Apparently not scoring. I'm not gonna put that on him. I think again that's, at some point with 3 minutes to go, at some point your coach has to call a sit. He has to say something. Hey, let's run this play. Let's get a pick and roll. Let's do something. And it just seems like the coaching is lacking, bro. It's not like it's not there, but it seems like it's not there. Like you rarely know what's going on out there when you're looking at them play. So you know, like I said, you can give Hoiberg maybe because I was on the Hoiberg bandwagon. Don't get it twisted. Like I just, you know, like I had it out for him since last year. Like some people. No, I wanted to give him this year. And just so far, just some of the stuff, you know, who you're playing and how you're playing them and how much you're playing them. It's just starting to look like, bro, you apparently don't know basketball because you're looking at a guy struggle out there, get ate up on the other end of the ball, you know, barely make a dent on the offensive end of the ball. Yet you still play him every night, all night, consistently, almost like you know what I'm saying. You're trying to stick it to somebody who said that was a bad decision. And if you're just trying to prove people wrong, bro, like you're gonna end up having a really bad season with a really good team. Now, Zach played pretty good, but Zach still, you know, that's another reason I feel like the coaches need to change because I'm not seeing Zach thriving in whatever type of system that they're trying to run. And it's not that he's not a good player. I think everybody can see he's a damn good player. He's a really really good player. But I think you know it'd be hard for you to say. And I think he's been put in the best position to you know what I'm saying to utilize all his talents. It'd be hard for you to say they're really putting Zach in some good spots. You know what I mean? They're not. But all the negativity aside, there is one bright spot in this. You know what I mean? When you look at last year, Chris Dunn, Laurie Marketing, both of them, they had opportunities in this season to play alone. You know what I'm saying? To play, I guess you call it hero ball. To be out there on your own, no help. You know what I mean? You're the guy everybody's looking at. You're the guy everybody's depending on, basically, because there's not a lot else. You know what I mean? Laurie Marketing had a lot of games where he was basically the best guy out there. He's a rookie. You know what I mean? So they depended on him to hit those shots, make those shots. And he was able to deliver in some games. Not a lot, of course, but some, you know. When you look at Chris Dunn, though, I think there were a few games where Laurie didn't play, where Chris Dunn was playing. And it was, same situation. You got to be out there and you got to take those losses. You got to take the pressure of, if I win, if we win, it's probably going to be because I played good. If we lose, it's probably going to be because I wasn't able to play as good as I wanted to. And right now, Zach's going through that. You know what I mean? Zach's going through, oh, I'm finna lose this many games in a row just because it's just me. You know what I mean? It's just me. And I'm going to go out here and shine and put up numbers and try to win. But by myself, it's going to be hard. I think it's good for players to go through that. You know what I mean? You look at just different players in different situations. A lot of players go through that. You got to lose games. And then finally one year you get with some players who can play, and you get the life back in you. Well, this year, Zach's gonna get his players back. You know what I mean? He's gonna get to go through the bumps and the bruises of losing games and getting whooped on because it's just you. And he's gonna also be able to get his players back at some point. Hopefully, some point real soon. You know what I mean? A couple weeks from now. But hopefully they won't be in a hole to where they can't climb out. Um, because the coaching again is just it hasn't been it hasn't been good. You can't say they look like they're coached well. You know what I mean? You can't say that because they don't. The defense is horrible. They're all over the place. They're not boxing out, doing like typical fundamental things. That's just boxing out and rebounding. That's typical fundamental stuff. Not turning the ball over. That's typical fundamental stuff. That's not stuff that you have to coach a guy up on. I mean, that you have to, That's not stuff that can't be fixed with somebody coming in and instilling more discipline. So, you know, to me, I mean, also it's who you got on the floor. You know, Zach LaVine's turning the ball over. Yeah, that's kind of one of those coaching things. Can you coach him out of that? Can you at least put him in positions where he won't have to fall into fall into those situations where he's turning the ball over. Zach LaVine don't have to bring the ball to the court every time. He don't have to bring the ball up any of the time. You know what I mean? To me, he's a weapon. He's an offensive weapon. You know, you let him catch and shoot, let him catch and drive. Like, sometimes you got to put players in the situation that they're best suited for. Zach's not a point guard, but I know people like his playmaking skills, and he's got them. He's got them. He's got playmaking skills, but he's not there in his career. You know what I mean? You look at guys like even Kobe. You know what I mean? There came a point where Kobe was a facilitator and he could pass. Early in his career, Kobe don't do that because Kobe don't do that. I'm not finna sit here and try to turn the ball over, trying to be a point guard or James Harden or whoever I'm trying to be. Like, just play your game, score buckets, give your team what you are best equipped to give them. You know what I mean? So if you're Chris Dunn, you're playing defense real hard because that's what you're best equipped to do. If you're Zach LaVine, you're taking shots, you get to the hole, you're using the quickness and the bunnies to your advantage. And you play make when it's available. You know what I mean? When you see that, when they're double teaming you, you play make then. But, don't let that be your primary focus. That's how, I feel like that's how all these turnovers are consistently happening because you're trying to play point guard and you're not a point guard. You're a shooting guard, you're a scorer, an assassin. And, hopefully soon to be a killer. But I don't think he's a killer yet. You know what I mean? He's still learning, and he's so good that he's gonna average 28, 30 points a game while he's learning and growing. So, and I don't think that's just because his other players aren't there. I think Laurie coming back, Valentine coming back, it opens the floor up more for Zach. He's probably gonna be able to have easier games, better games. Also, I think it takes a lot of pressure off him, and you kind of can see the pressure that's on Zach when you look out there and look at him, and people talking about contract this and that. Not to mention he just wants to win. It's a lot of pressure right now because no Laurie, no Chris Dunn, no Denzel Valentine, not even no Bobby Portis now. Goodness gracious. And I got to play with campaign. Woo. It's rough, man. You know what I mean? It's rough. So, you know, I got to look and see who our next game is against. Hopefully we can get a W because we're starting to fall way behind the 8 ball. And Jabari Parker, man, you gotta step it up, bro. Like Wendell Carter has a higher season high than you. Like, he's a rookie, bro, and he hasn't even playing good. He's a rookie. Like, you can't let rookies outshine you. I mean, at some point you gotta step it up. You gotta go to the hole with aggression, bro. And you just gotta say, forget it. But, it's his decision. If he wants to play out a whole season half-heartedly or whatever, I don't know if he's playing half-heartedly, but it's just like it's not good enough. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, like, yo, offer them some money back because it's not good enough, bro. Like, whatever you're doing is not good enough. I think last game he didn't even have double figures in points. Like, come on, man, we playing 20 million and we can't get you to score 10 points when Blakeney is dropping like 15 and we pay him like 5. Yeah, I don't even think we paying him 5 million, but it's like, come on, bro, you can't be letting all these people outperform you. You know what I mean? Hutchinson almost had a better game, which Hutchinson he's exciting. He's exciting because he's athletic. He's gonna run down that floor and he's gonna get out fast break and boom on somebody. So it's just a matter of time. He's getting more and more comfortable every game. I think he took a 3 last game. That might have been the first one he took all year, but we'll see. It's coming slowly but surely. Um, at this point, I would say, as far as like Justin Holiday goes, if we could trade him, I think we should trade him. He's not consistent enough to help the team. In my opinion, he's just not consistent enough to help the team. He's just gonna, you know, he's gonna show up some nights and then other nights he's not. And when you really need him, he's probably not gonna be there. So, you know, unless you just want to keep a backup player, a bench player, in case other guys get hurt and go down throughout the season, that's the only reason I can see keeping him. Same with Lopez and Cam Payne. And I'm gonna stay on it. I'm gonna stay on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm gonna get off it. I think whenever they get a chance, They should let campaign go a separate way. But, he still got time, I guess, you know what I mean? But I just feel like eventually it's gonna come to a point where not only is the point guard gonna go, but the coach who's believing in him to that extent, because sometimes it almost looks like he wants to play him over Chris Dunn. I'm just saying, sometimes I get the feeling that he really wants to play Cam Payne more than he wants to play Chris Dunn. I mean, I never seen that type of loyalty. I never seen it. But, season will go on. Again, Mark Jackson, if you can hear the words coming out of my mouth, I don't know for sure that he can make this team, you know, the Golden State Warrior type team, because we ain't the Golden State Warriors. But I do feel like he played an instrumental part in Steph Curry becoming Steph Curry that he is now. He played an integral part in Klay Thompson becoming the Klay Thompson that he is now. And that team, I don't think that team would have been as good as they are without Mark Jackson coming in there and instilling some toughness, you know what I'm saying, a little toughness and a little grit into that team. That was an offensive-oriented team. Um, and if he can come and put toughness into this Bulls team, because you look at Zach LaVine, he's missing it, bro. He's missing a little bit of that killer instinct, bro. He's just missing a little bit. I think, some coaching would help that, and not coaching from like a guy like Tibbs or a guy like Hoiberg. Hoiberg, as far as I can see, the only thing he really helps players with is shooting. But, you know, he's got a few more games to prove it. Mark Jackson, I want to call for Mark Jackson. Get him in there. I mean, even T. Lue. T. Lue will probably help as well because T. Lue knows defense. Didn't see a whole lot in Cleveland, but it's probably better than what Chicago's was. So, let's see what's going on with the next game. I still ain't even looked up to see who we playing. But I want to say it's a winnable game the next game. I knew going into the Denver game we could win that game as well because Denver just, I don't know, they always play us soft or something. I don't know. Like, they never come in with fire when it comes to playing the Bulls. Or maybe they just don't play well in Chicago. I don't know. But I knew we could win that game, and we had them. We had them where we wanted them. Let them off the hook. So if you want to crown them, but yeah, we'll get back on track when our guys come back. I mean, you look at us playing tough games, tough in games. You know, games that we shouldn't even be in. Denver's a really good team. Denver's a really good team. They're gonna make the playoffs, probably fifth seed, maybe. But our next game is against the Pacers. That's another winnable game. It's a good team, but those teams, right? Like, bro, a lot of these teams, they hype up the Pistons, the Pacers, the Philadelphia 76ers. They're not really as good as the paper, you know what I'm saying, would let you believe. You know, if your best player is Oladipo, I'm concerned about you anyway. I'm concerned about your future because Oladipo's okay, but he's a role player, bro. He needs somebody else. Like, Lance Stevenson needed to be there with him to help him, you know what I'm saying, keep that role and keep some of that pressure off of him. So we'll probably get that win. Better get that win. If everybody showed up, if Jabari Parker would have showed up last game, we probably got that win. But we'll see. I want to see more out of Hutch because, I'm basically like most people, probably just kind of through with Jabari Parker. Even though it ain't even halfway through the season, it's like, come on, man, what are you? We need more from him. We need more rebounding. We need more boxing out. We need more defense. We need more penetration to the hole. You know, if you got to post up, fucking post up. I seen a video when he was still with Milwaukee where they showed just a bunch of different sets, that you could put Jabari Parker in. I'm not saying let's put him in any of those sets. He's not running like a pick and roll with a Wendell Carter or something, you know what I mean? You rarely see this stuff. Sometimes maybe, but it's real rare. You know what I mean? You should see that every time. You should see the coach calling a play for Jabari Parker. He clearly isn't his basketball IQ isn't like LeBron James. He's not that guy, you know. So, the coaching's got to improve, bro. We need more coaching, bro. I feel like we need more coaching. This isn't the type of team that you can let go out and run wild. But that's my spiel. You know, Pacers coming up today, 7 o'clock. I'll be game casting it because I ain't in Chicago and they don't show me the game. I ain't in Indiana or Chicago and they don't show you the games, especially when your team is 2-6. You know what I'm saying? And the coach is showing no promise. Coach Hoiberg, I'm still with you, bro. I'm still with you, but we got to see some changes. We got to see some Shaquille Harrison. We got to see more Ryan Archidionaco. I trust him more. He's a backup point guard. He's more of what you need. Um, you know, you just got to see more effort out of the guys and more like fundamental stuff, man. Stop turning the ball over and stop getting rebounded on. Like offensive rebounds are killing us, and turnovers are killing us. So that's fixable, man. That's coachable stuff. Let's get it.